Welcome, beautiful souls. This reading is basically just a hype session. What makes you beautiful and what makes you special. There's 3 piles, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Pile 1 has the amethyst crystal, pile 2 is the rose quartz, and pile 3, I don't actually know the name, but it's blue. I also have this full body chakra candle burning, and let's get started to pile 1. Pile 1, your crystal is amethyst. The amethyst crystal is great for calm, peace, and relaxation. I feel like your energy brings a lot of serenity to other people. I was also drawn to this amethyst specifically because it looks like an eye. So I feel like your intuition is so strong. You can read people very easily just by looking at them. I also feel like you're an empath, so you may actually feel their energy. Even if someone doesn't say anything, you can tell when they're upset, when they're going through something. And sometimes you can really pinpoint exactly what's going on with them even before they realize it. We're gonna take it one card at a time. You don't rush. You like to take your time, and I feel like you may get overwhelmed if you have too much at once. So you like more simple, calm, peaceful situations. We have the 9 of Cups. I feel like your energy just shines so brightly. I'm getting Leo. So whether it's your sun, moon, or rising, you could just have it somewhere in your chart. I mean, we all have every single placement, but Leo is definitely very strong in this reading. You're very outgoing, and your aura is just golden, like how hers is right there. You're very good at letting go and detaching, and you have a free spirit where you're very playful. Her hair is also blue, so you may have unique hair, either the color, the style, or just something very different. I feel like you're very authentic, and you're also good at looking at the positive side of situations instead of focusing on the negative. We also have 9, and 9 is endings and transitions, so I feel like you bring in a lot of change and transformation throughout your life and other people's lives. You may say something that sticks with someone for weeks, months, even years. Yes, we have death and rebirth, so that goes in with the transformation. You're really good at letting things go when it comes to, I feel like you're just very determined. You have a lot of Taurus energy as well. Once you set your mind to something, that's it. You've completely made your mind up. I'm also getting Virgo energy as well. You are okay with letting things go because you know that better is coming your way. It's just very transformative energy. We have the Chariot. Your life honestly could feel like it moves super duper fast, almost like 3 times speed. That's also how your mind could work. You just comprehend things at a very fast speed. You also have a good balance between your light self and your shadow self. You're willing to confront the dark parts of yourself, and you're not afraid to really face your demons. I feel like you have a lot of self-awareness, and if someone tries to tell you about yourself, you're like, yep, I knew that. Like, tell me something I don't know. So this is basically just confirmation. There's also the 3 of Pentacles. With this, I'm getting that you're willing to work for what you want. This looks like 3 different versions of yourself: the mother, the father, and the inner child. You are learning to reparent yourself and heal any childhood wounds and even past life wounds. I feel like you're really working for internal stability, peace, calm, and serenity within yourself, and it truly does show. I feel like you've done so much work and healing, and you are so much different than you were a year ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago. Just every single day, I feel like you have a good gratitude mindset where you're grateful for all the small things, and you also know that every single day is a day to pretty much start anew. We have the 6 of Cups. 6 is all about serenity, peace, and balance. With this longing of, I'm getting like a deja vu and nostalgia. I feel like you make a lot of people's inner child feel safe, and you may have strangers telling you their entire life story because they feel that you will listen to them, that they're heard and validated and accepted. You just make a lot of people feel healed, and you trigger a lot of healing within other people, even just by existing. One song is coming up right now where it's like, move along. I think that's what it's called, where it's like, move along, everything is fine, it feels alright, alright, alright. And all you gotta keep is strong, move along like I know you do. And even when the hope is gone, move along just to make it through. So I feel like you are not going to take shit from anyone. You are very willing to cut your losses, because I feel like you have worked so hard on building up your self-confidence and your self-worth. So you know what you bring to the table, and you know if someone is not willing to meet your expectations and your standards, you're going to just be like, all right, see ya, bye. I feel like you definitely go with the let them method, where if someone doesn't want to talk to you, let them. If someone wants to leave, let them. You're not going to be chasing someone. You're not going to be forcing someone to stay or begging for attention and love. Now, that's not to say that you haven't in the past, but I feel like if you have, you've learned your lesson and you've just really come into yourself, and you're not letting other people take away your confidence and your self-worth. You're not putting your self-worth in others' hands. Lastly, we have the Ace of Swords. So you may be in a lot of dark energy. You may have so much stress, anxiety, and pain inside, but you bring your own light. You are able to pull yourself out of a ditch of pain and hardship and despair. Your brain works differently than a lot of other people, and that may have felt like a weakness in the past, but I'm getting that is actually your strength, because you don't think like other people do. So you have different ideas, you have different resources, and you can come up with things a lot differently than others when it comes to problem solving, creativity, and just self-expression in general. There's just so much emphasis on the hair, because her hair is short as well as the Nine of Cups. So I just feel like there's so much emphasis on your hair, whether it's the color, the style, or whatever. Really, there's just so much emphasis on it. That's gonna end the reading here. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Let me know how this resonated. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to stop by pile 2 and 3 if you feel called. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Welcome, pile 2. Your crystal was rose quartz, and it's actually the biggest and raw crystal that I have for rose quartz. What I'm getting with this is your love is so strong. I feel like your heart is like 3 times the amount of other people, and it not necessarily the size, but the empathy and the love and compassion that you have for yourself and others. I feel like you're not as gentle and generous with yourself as you are with other people, and I feel like that's definitely something you're working on, but you just have so much love, and that is your biggest strength and not a weakness. I feel like you feel so deeply, and it may have been seen as a weakness in childhood or just in the past, but you're coming to realize that that's actually a strength and not a weakness. So it's strange. With the first pile, I took everything one at a time, but with your pile, I'm just getting lay it all out. You like to look at things from a higher perspective. You like to see the entire picture and not small, fine detail. You like to see everything that you have first and then make a decision. I feel like you're very strategic and you are good at planning and analyzing. I'm getting Aquarius energy. You're just very mental, so if you have a lot of air in your chart, that would make a lot of sense. We have the Six of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Seven of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles. I feel like you're really good with calming yourself down in a stressful and chaotic situation. You are also willing to kind of take everything, one, with a a grain of salt, but I feel like you're a tolerator. You will accept a lot of things until you kind of reach your breaking point. Think of it like a bottle, and once you hit that lid, you're gone. You are like, okay, I'm done. I feel like there's also Virgo energy in this pile as well. You are willing to fight for what you want, and if you're in a relationship or you're in a career or a job, you are going to stick it out until you realize you can't anymore and you just hit your breaking point. I do want to say there's a lot of strength in that, but it shouldn't get to that point where you feel like you have to give up. But I do understand that you're working, you're trying, you're putting in the effort, and you're not getting it back. So you're like, all right, fine, I'm leaving. I don't want to, but in order to keep my self-respect, I need to leave right now. I feel like you're very generous with your time, your energy, and even your finances. I feel like you may leave tips and feed the homeless and just do very generous and selfless things. I feel like you're also an adventurer, whether it's physically, you like to travel and explore a lot, or it could also be both of you like to dive into yourself, your own mind, your experiences, your past, who you are. I feel like you're a daredevil. I'm also getting Aries with this energy. You are so passionate and you have a lot of drive and determination. Also Taurus with the Virgo with that energy. You're also good with balance, but you have a good amount of boundaries. I feel like your communication has improved so much and you're really coming back to yourself, especially with the Seven of Wands, where she's just in her own bubble. Her solar plexus chakra is shining bright. You're really putting up the fences of, this is what I will do for you. Anything else, I'm not doing it. I feel like you did not have boundaries modeled in childhood, and you've kind of had to learn how to set them, and you may have been around people who tore you down if you did have boundaries. And I'm not just saying boundaries in the sense of, no, I won't do this, but more of, don't treat me this way, this is how much I can give you, and really just drawing the line between where you end and someone else begins, because that's what a boundary really is. I feel like you have a great head on your shoulders when it comes to your own life, your plan. I feel like you may have goals set and in place and you really want to follow it. I feel like you don't really deter from your plan and your schedule. I'm really noticing the trees behind her. I never usually do. With that, I'm getting one, the uniqueness, because there are so many trees, and when you look at all of them together, a tree, it just seems like, oh, it's just a tree. But when you actually take a minute to observe and examine a unique tree, you can see all of the different details, and I feel like you are so different that you stand out in a crowd, and you are meant to stand out because you're not like every other person. We also have the Two of Pentacles. With that, it looks like she has two purses. One's the physical and one's the spiritual. I feel like you're kind of always in this in-between of the material world and the spiritual world. I feel like you're really good at communicating with your spirit guides, with Mother Gaia, the universe, just the higher energy. And I feel like you may be like a thrifter with your clothes and you just have a different style. I'm really getting that with her outfit, but you kind of just stick out. That's actually gonna end the reading here. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how it resonated, and definitely feel free to stop by piles 1 and 3 if you feel called, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Welcome pile 3. You chose this blue crystal. I'm not actually sure what it's called, but I was getting the throat chakra with this. So you're really good at communication. I also feel like you know how to use your words to help heal other people, and you're very conscious and particular with the words that come out of your mouth. You truly think before you speak. Whoa. So the cards falling out of my hand reminded me of a tower moment. I feel like you trigger a lot of change and transformation in other people. You may go through a lot of transformations, endings, and rebirths. I feel like you've gone through your spiritual awakening like 6 times already, and each time it kind of feels like you're starting over, but you're really just progressing into a further, I want to say dimension almost, but a different version of reality. 8 of Pentacles. Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles, the Wheel, and Three of Cups. So I feel like with you, you may be definitely deeper into your spirituality and working with the moon phases, and you may enjoy rituals and working with candles, herbs, and you're just more of a holistic person. I feel like that is such a strength that you don't want to take the Western, the typical ibuprofen, naproxen, all of that. You're like, here's a heating pad, here's some lavender essential oils, and here's some peppermint tea. You may can fruit, or that's something that you would like to do, is canned fruits and vegetables and meal prep and just really be an off-the-grid homestead lifestyle. So whether that's what you already do or your plan and your goals. With the Knight of Swords, I'm getting more of being physically active. So whether you actually run or you just exercise frequently, you take good care of your body, I feel like you have a lot of sense of freedom and independence to you. You don't like to be tied down, not necessarily in a relationship, but you don't want to feel controlled. You just like to do your own thing. I feel like you may be a bit spontaneous. I feel like you're very in the moment living. If you want something now, you'll do it. It can come off as a little impulsive, but it also keeps your spark alive. I'm also getting you're willing to fight for what you want. You're not someone who gives up easily. You may also have strange fears and anxieties that get in your mind sometimes, but feel it and push through anyways, because that fear will most likely always be there. The fear is trying to protect you, and so is the anxiety, but just push through anyways. Now, that's not saying like if your intuition is like, don't do this, then don't actually do it. The difference between the two is fear and anxiety is so loud, whereas intuition, it's more quiet, it's calm and peaceful. Intuition is never mean. It's loving and caring and just wants the best for you. It's your soul coming through in multiple different ways. Either you hear it, you feel it, you know it, or you see it. And there's also some people who can taste it. Like if you taste fire or you taste, I don't know, maybe blood, but I'm not too well versed in that one. Either way, fear and anxiety are loud and reoccurring. Intuition is not. With the Queen of Cups, you're really good at surrendering and going with the flow. I feel like you're taking your emotions more into account, but it does look like her emotional cup is empty, even though all of the water is underneath her. So you may be focusing overall on balancing your emotions, taking care of yourself in every possible way. Kudos to you. That's wonderful. I also feel like you're very good with your finances, whether you're financially stable right now. I feel like you are, or that's where you're working towards. But one, you don't take it too seriously. Two, that's not all you focus on. I do feel like you're very materially abundant though. So whether this is money or it's books, it's clothing, it's jewelry, tarot cards, candles, herbs, really whatever. I just feel like you have a lot of material possessions. With the wheel is usually about change and destiny. So you may go through a lot of change, but with this card specifically, the foundation isn't very stable since she looks like she's about to topple over. So you may go through a lot of tower moments. I know I said that in the beginning, but I feel like your foundation and your situation changes frequently, and it could leave you feeling very like chaotic almost. I feel like you came into this life with that knowledge though of having more free will than destiny. Situations happen where it's almost as if the life that you chose was a blank canvas and you have the chance to paint a brand new picture. I also feel like you can connect with anyone. You are definitely a people person. I feel like you code switch and you're like a chameleon. You can change into a bunch of different people. I'm not saying you're fake. I'm just saying different versions of yourself come out around other people. Whether this is with elderly, children, your friends, your family, your partners. It's just so easy and natural, and that's definitely a strength. I am gonna end the reading here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some clarity. Feel free to stop by pile 2 and 3 if you were called to. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how this resonated, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.